What up, football fans? Welcome to the first episode of The Blitz on the new Game Changers Media channel.
Yeah.
Historic event, the first one. We're on episode 16, though. Doing a Wednesday night show, 8 p.m. Make sure you check us out Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 8 p.m. We be here doing the damn dizzle on the Blitz.
For sure.
Host, Big C. You know what it be. And y'all know the co-host, Mr. Mike Jones. What's going on, Mike?
Thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Did some running around today. Got some stuff out the way. I dread Wednesdays, man. I'm ready for football already. It's like you wait all this time for football season. It just seems like you wish there was a game every day. You know what I mean? But we get to do this show. We get to sit here and hopefully give some fans some information, have a good time, and it definitely helps get us by the week, I think. So football shall be here tomorrow.
Yeah, it's always a joy to be here on the Blitz. Get to talk football, at least even if there's not a game on. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share. You guys don't know how much it helps us and helps us reach our goals. Hopefully, we can become one of your favorite podcasts on the web, on YouTube, one of your favorite shows.
Yeah.
We're continuing to work, striving to be better. And we do it for you.
You.
And for us too.
The beautiful people. Yeah, and for us too. I mean,
don't segregate. The ugly ones too.
Oh man. Then how are you on the show? How are you on the show?
You are the ugly ones. Not everybody can be pretty. We like ugly people. But anyway, we got a decent show lined up for you tonight. We're going to touch base on that Monday night football game, touch base on the Thursday night football game. And the trade deadline came and gone. Seen a couple trades. Not no real big fireworks like some expected to happen. They actually said it was kind of a slow day. I think that just is mainly that has to do with the fact that there was a lot of trades leading up to the trade deadline. Where usually they're the last second, final day, I mean, if you had the Devontae Adams trade, the Amari Cooper trade, you know what I mean? If you add those to it, it was a pretty big day.
Yeah, for sure.
They just happened before the deadline.
Yep.
Let's talk about this Monday night football game. We had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the world champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, we sure did.
This was a pretty good game. Baker Mayfield's a baller, bro. Baker's a baller. I feel horrible for the guy that he's missing his top two targets.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think, I think if they had one of those receivers, they definitely had a shot at taking this game. So he does. He just doesn't surprise me anymore. It's like he just comes out there and he does his thing, man. And he almost took down Patrick Mahomes and the champion Chiefs without those receivers, which just goes to say a lot about him and what that team is still capable of.
Yeah, man, the guy has no quit in him, that's for sure. They have made a star out of the tight end, Cade Otton. That kid's a beast, bro. Like, he's putting up big numbers. He's a stud. I like him. I like him a lot. I think he could probably be one of the top 5 tight ends in this league if he's just been a monster for them, a saving grace kind of. What you doing over there?
What do you mean? I was looking.
Nah, but
I was looking.
he's been great. Hopefully, Mike Williams comes back in the next week or two. I've seen reports that he should be back by week 11, hopefully. So that'll be a big uplift to this team. Will it be too late? A tough NFC. This NFC is tough. There's going to be a lot of people, a lot of teams vying for that last playoff spot. I don't know if it's going to be a little too late. I mean, they're keeping it close and they're fighting, but they're dropping key games at key times, and them missing Mike Evans and Chris Godwin hurts. But anyway, this was a pretty good game. Went back and forth for a while. The Chiefs just got that level they pushed themselves into in key times, and that's why they're so dangerous. That's why they're the back-to-back defending champions.
Absolutely.
I mean, the game goes to overtime, and Chiefs got the ball, and you already know what time it is. You already know.
Yeah,
And
I think Mayfield knew it too.
Baker knew.
Oh yeah, he knew as soon as it did come up what he wants. Yep, as soon as he knew, he could just see he was upset. But
the world knew how great that's crazy that he's that great that, and not that he does it by himself by any means, but the whole world knew that this game was over as soon as Kansas City won that field that coin toss. It was a wrap. Kansas City had a little injury scare. Pat Mahomes was rolling out, did a little dump pass. He was running. He planted his foot. He came up lame off it. There was a lot of torque on it. He put that foot into the ground pretty good. Non-contact injury, went straight to the turf. Had to be damn near carried off the field. But of course, I think Patrick Mahomes is a little bit of a showman. You know what I mean? Maybe sometimes he portrays things to be a little bit worse than what they are, just so he can, look at me.
yeah, he just rolled his ankle, man.
He couldn't walk. They think him a blue tent. He come out running. Like, bro, like you got all the fans in Kansas City like sick to their stomachs. I'm even sick to my stomach too because, I mean, I appreciate greatness, and I would hate to see Patrick Mahomes not in the Kansas City Chiefs not to be able to have an opportunity to three-peat, make history over an injury. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not his
Absolutely.
biggest fan, but I wish he was on my team. I ain't gonna lie. That boy is special. But I would hate to see them lose out on an opportunity over injury. Thank God he was healthy. He was all right after maybe they shot him up with a little son. Or maybe it just wasn't as bad as he initially portrayed, but either or. Travis Kelce had one of his best games of the year. DeAndre Hopkins, he showed why they went out and got him. He makes this team even more dangerous. He had 2 touchdown grabs. Kansas City seems to be moving in the right direction at the right time. Kareem Hunt pushing back the clock.
Yeah.
This looked like Kareem Hunt from 5 years ago when he was with the Chiefs initially. Travis Kelce had one of his best games in front of his old lady out there doing dance moves, shaking it off and shit. But yeah, Chiefs pull out another win, stay undefeated.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised though. I mean, They are the champs. Like you said,
They are.
to be the best. To be the best, you gotta be the best.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, so I mean, they continue to be the gold standard, if you will.
Yeah. I just it's the I wish he had at least one of his receivers. I mean, I think it would have been a lot more competitive. I mean, overall though, Kansas City was more efficient on third downs. They're more efficient and controlling the clock and uh even their total plays were outmatched. So I mean, statistically, Kansas City definitely won the game. It was probably closer than it should have been, and but I still think to believe that if he had Mike Evans or even just Godwin, I think it could have been a totally different story. All in all, good game though.
It definitely gives them a handicap, and you feel bad for Baker. You feel bad for the Tampa Bay fan base. This team had some potential. They had an opportunity to be a playoff team at the very least, and who knows? Maybe make some noise over in the NFC
Playoffs.
playoffs. Oh, let's talk about trades that did happen yesterday.
Ooh, where are we starting?
Either you're a buyer or you were a seller, or you stayed put like the Miami Dolphins did and did absolutely nothing. But anyway, I made a video about how I feel about that, so I won't go too deep into it here. I ain't mad. I ain't overjoyed, but I ain't mad. Let's start with the Commanders. They go out and they get all-pro cornerback Marshawn Lattimore from the New Orleans Saints. How do you feel about that?
I mean, Washington's secondary is questionable. I mean, they definitely give up a lot of passing yards a game. So, I mean, for a team that's as decently rounded as they are, for them to go out and address one of those key positions that they're really lacking, I think that it definitely gives them a hop up into the right position headed up to the playoffs. So, I mean, I think it's a good pickup for them. You know, they when you got a chance, like you said, how your Dolphins didn't do some, when you got a chance to possibly upgrade at any position, really, you got to take that. And Washington's definitely, it seems like they believe in themselves and they believe that they got a shot. So I mean, I don't think if they didn't believe that, then they wouldn't have been picking anybody up. So I think they're in it. They want it, and I think it was a good pickup for them. I really do. I think it should pay off. It should help.
Well, the Commanders definitely lacked cornerback depth.
Yeah.
I think the team only has 3 interceptions total on the year. They lacked a top tier corner. It just makes sense, and you're right. They're close, and they feel they're close, and the GM and the head coach and the owner, they feel that they're close. Why not make this move? What do you give up a 4th and a 5th round pick? I mean, I've discussed numerous times how I feel about those picks. I don't find them as valuable as maybe the next person does. Yeah, it's an opportunity to land young players on your team. But by the time you get to the 4th, 5th, 6th round, it's such a gamble. It's like the lottery. It's like scratch offs. Oh, I got a winner on this one randomly, and this one's a dud.
Right.
Unless you're one of those lucky teams or got a GM that is just out of this world, like the Baltimore Ravens, they've always been really good at drafting. So, I mean, draft picks for the Baltimore Ravens are more valuable than, say, they are for the Miami Dolphins, who struggle to find draft talent in the draft. But I like this move. Lattimore has the most pass breakups in the league since 2017. He adds a veteran leader to that secondary, and he can cover your number one receivers, and that's gonna be a big thing in the playoffs, where you'll have to go against, even in the division, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Debo Samuel, St. Brown from the Lions, just Atlanta's trio of receivers. It's just a good move for them. And it didn't cost too much. So I like the move.
Yeah. You could definitely tell that the Saints are looking to go into rebuild mode. I mean, for them to give up Lattimore and 25 fifth-round pick, and then they're getting a third, fourth, and sixth-round pick. So it definitely looks like the Saints are going into rebuild mode. So it's not really a big deal for them. But I think him coming to Washington is definitely a big deal for them, and it shores up one of their holes and what they're lacking. And I think it was definitely a good choice. We shall see.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's going to hurt them. Let's say
no. No.
And then the Detroit Lions making a trade for Zadarius. I hope I'm saying his first name right. Zadarius Smith.
Yep.
This is a move that I felt needed to be made. Not necessarily this player, but with Hutchinson going down, they needed some pass rush help. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders, looking fantastic. But you need someone that can get after the quarterback. And I like it. They're all in. This team has a Super Bowl roster. So why not plug the hole that you got? And they did that.
Absolutely. I mean, they're giving up what do they get? 2025 fifth-round pick and a 2026 sixth-round pick, and you're getting this guy. And his numbers haven't been as solid in the last few years, but he's definitely capable. And his numbers this year about what he was getting for a whole year the last couple years. So, I mean, Detroit, anywhere they help out in that team. I mean, we've said week in and week out, like, this Detroit team's for real. We think this Detroit team is number one, and they got big things coming. So anytime you're definitely a favorite, or you're at the top, or anything like that, when you fill any of those positions, those key positions that you're lacking in, it's going to be a positive. So, hopefully he comes out there and gets some sacks and puts some more pressure on these QBs when they go up. And who knows, we could watch the Detroit Lions score 80.
Hey, I watched Miami score 70 last year. Yeah, once Aiden went down and they continue this offense continues to put up huge numbers, which means teams are going to be passing to try to keep up or catch up. Hines. Catch up.
Hines.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
catch up.
I mean,
you want a pass rusher that can get after the quarterback when the quarterback's back there. Once Aiden Hutchinson down, they needed to replace him. And Zadarius Smith has 5 sacks this year. That leaves him on pace for 10. I mean, that's not bad. I think they're only responsible for $600,000 for the rest of the year. He's due $11 million next year, but it's non-guaranteed, so if it doesn't work out or he doesn't play up to that contract, you let him go. And what'd you lose? A couple draft picks? Like I said, them draft picks ain't this could really put them over the edge. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely a good move. Who is next on the chopping block?
Let's preview this game tomorrow. It's a banger, bro. You got the Cincinnati Bengals against the Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens.
Battle. The Bengals been coming on strong. You got the Ravens, who are one of the top 3 or 4 teams in this league. This game is a big rivalry game. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one.
I definitely think it's going to be an offensive banger, man. It is going to be wild.
Well, the Ravens added Tre'Davious White too. I forgot about that. That has the potential to be a really nice pickup for him. Tre'Davious White was an All-Pro for the Buffalo Bills. He's suffered 2 Achilles or ACL injuries. He hasn't quite been the same player. Buffalo let him go. He signed with the Rams. Rams trade him over to the Baltimore Ravens. I like it. That secondary stacked.
Yeah.
And then you got the Cincinnati Bengals high scoring offense. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Mike Gesicki, former Dolphin, put up big numbers at tight end position yesterday. This game.
Yeah, I hear Higgins is doubtful though.
Is he?
I hear Higgins is doubtful for the Bengals and likely is ruled out for the Ravens.
I like Likely. He's definitely the best number 2 tight end in the league.
Yeah, he definitely puts in the work.
I like Likely a lot.
I like Likely a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's about whether the Ravens can slow down this passing attack from the Cincinnati Bengals and whether the Bengals can slow down the rushing attack from the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
I think most of the Ravens games are going to come down to what you can do with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. I mean, Derrick Henry's the top running back in the league this year so far, and Lamar Jackson is possibly the MVP.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to have to sit there and watch a Derrick Henry or Lamar and have to worry about getting beat down the field. So anybody that comes up against the Ravens, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge, and they're just trying to add to that, like everybody else, like all these good teams, all these teams that we talked about that are seriously in this race for a Super Bowl, all made decent moves this week at the deadline or last week, and they're all moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. So, like I said, yesterday might not have been as exciting as some would have hoped, but when you put everything together, this trade deadline the last couple of weeks has been pretty important as far as top tier teams and making moves to improve themselves so they can put themselves in a position to bring themselves a Lombardi. Out of all them moves, what's your favorite?
I mean, it's really tough. I like either. I don't know. I think I like the trades that we haven't talked about yet. I think I like what the Steelers are doing. I mean, they pick up wide receiver Mike Williams from the Jets, and they also get Packers edge rusher Preston Smith. I think the Steelers team could be a serious contender too if they get everything clicking in the right way with how Russ is playing, and Mike Williams just gives the Steelers another wide receiver with Pickens on the other side. So, I mean, that's honestly what one of my favorite transactions was here on the deadline. Uh, yeah, I think that's my favorite. I kind of expected Detroit and the Ravens. I wasn't sure if the Commanders would make a trade, but um, yeah, I think I expected those ones, but I wasn't really expecting the Steelers. I expect the Steelers to get a receiver. I think they were trying to get a receiver a long time. I think they were in the Devontae Smith talk, and then that went by. So now they got another wide receiver, like I said, to have the other side with Pickens, and now they got another edge rusher to help and on defense. So I that's my favorite trade. I don't know, what's your favorite trade? What did you think? What trade did you like the best?
I definitely like the Detroit trade, just because they're so good before the trade, and this just puts them even higher on that totem pole, if you will. But I like the D Hop to Kansas City too.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed a receiver that Patrick Mahomes can throw it to, and it's gonna be caught. That man probably got the best hands in football. Now, has he lost his step? Absolutely. Is he as athletically gifted as he once was? No. But he showed on Monday Night Football he can still be a playmaker in this league. And to give Patrick Mahomes even more confidence, knowing that a pass is going to be completed, if he can get it to him, I think that just puts them over the top. So the rich get richer, in my opinion. Two best teams in the league, possibly. Only getting better.
Yeah.
We might be on a collision course for the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. What a hell of a matchup that will be. That'd be a hell of a matchup, bro.
Definitely.
There's a couple matchups that have the possibility of being super great Super Bowls. Sometimes you get disappointed with who ends up showing up, and they can be one sided. But man, I know if Kansas City or Baltimore go against Detroit, you better take the over on the points. I know that for sure.
For sure. For sure.
There's going to be a lot of scoring. A lot of scoring.
I'd enjoy that. I like when they score a lot of points.
Yeah, you do. Scoring points is my favorite. So you prefer offensive game, defensive game?
I mean, I like to see stuff. I like to see a lot of action. So yeah, I prefer offense over defensive. But then again, I do enjoy a good defense that is just absolutely obliterating quarterbacks too. So you know, I guess it really depends on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I like to see shootouts, but I like for a game to be balanced. I guess. I mean, where it's one it's one thing to have a shootout where each team just keeps scoring, and it's pretty much just comes down to who's got the ball last, kind of like the Dolphins Bills game this last week. Where I like a game that there's scoring. I don't want to see a 3-0 game, but it takes some strategy. You know what I mean? Like, should we punt here? Should we go for it here? Do we pin them back? Do we? You know what I mean? I like them games that take some intelligence.
Yeah.
Let's move into the game changer of the week. This episode probably going to be a little bit shorter. We had touched base on quite a few things this week already. We don't want to go into the weekend games before the Thursday game's over.
Yeah.
We can sit here and sing to you or something if you'd like.
If loving you is wrong, I don't
Taylor's
want to be right.
performing arts. Game changer of the week. This is a segment we're going to have every Wednesday to reflect on the top performer, in our opinions, our humble opinions, of the previous week. Michael, who is your game changer of the week?
Your best buddy, Joshua Allen.
Are you serious?
No, not really. I had Bengals defensive and Trey Hendrickson with 4 sacks.
That is nice.
Yeah, that is very nice.
4 sacks is a hell of a game.
Hell yeah. I thought so
I think
too.
I think he leads the league with 11 sacks this year. And I mean, he did it in clutch time too. 3 of the sacks came in the second half. One of them he forced a fumble. That boy was a beast this week, bro. It was a beast. There's a bunch of options.
Yeah.
I could go with your best buddy, Saquon Barkley, who performed absolutely phenomenal.
Yo, I was this close.
He had a ridiculous, I'm sure you've all seen it by now, spin move, reverse, hurdle, just amazing. Stuff you shouldn't be able to do that. You can't even do that shit on a video game, bro. Like,
for real.
Amazing talent. Just phenomenal game. I'm gonna go with the guy that I think has been the league MVP so far, though. I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson.
Yep. I almost did too, but
he had a perfect rating, 158.3. He completed 16 and 19, 280 yards, 14.7 yards per attempt. That's crazy good. He threw for 3 touchdowns. That guy is just.
We just pick him every week now, right?
I mean, between putting up passing performances like that and his rushing ability, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's got quarterback stats that can compare with some players in the league. I mean, usually like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes is gonna have quite a few more passing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson because he has the rushing touchdowns, but he has quarterback comparable stats, and then he's got like a backup running backs worth of stats as a quarterback. It's just he's absolutely phenomenal, and I could see him bringing home another trophy.
No, they don't get it this year. They don't.
What? He don't get an MVP trophy?
Nope. He's gonna break his leg next week. Didn't you hear?
Ooh, don't wish that hell on him.
Nah, I would do that. Sorry, I take that back. Knock on wood. My bad.
What's that move? Don't you wish?
I don't know though, but if in next year's Madden you can't do a reverse hurdle, I'm gonna be awfully pissed.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that, bro. Oh, it's Talladega Nights. Don't you wish that on me, Ricky Bobby? Don't you wish
that on me?
I hope your kids feel it. The pain.
P.S. Don't try to snort these.
Shout out to Michael Clark Duncan. That was his name, right? Michael Clark Duncan.
I think so.
Rest in peace, big guy.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Like, subscribe, comment, share. This was the first episode of the Blitz on the Game Changers Media channel. If we make it, they will come.
If we make it, they will come. Who's coming?
The fans.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I was confused. I thought we had a guest or something that I didn't know about.
No, not yet. We shall. There shall be so many guests at some point. If you'd ever like to be a guest, throw us a message. You gotta behave while on the show though.
For
Yeah,
real.
gotta kick you out.
Yeah,
Can't worry about you cussing. We gotta try to hold our own tongues. Yeah, we'd love to
exactly.
hear from fans. If a fan ever wants to come on and talk about their team, we'd love to discuss it. That'd be a We made this channel not just for us, but for you guys too. This is just a
Yeah.
forum of talking football and having a good time.
Yeah, and a lot of times people have opinions and they always want to say something to what they heard on a show or whatever. Well, I think we'll be more open to that. So anybody ever has a certain opinion or they feel a certain different way, they disagree, they agree, either way, I think it'll be good to little different than most shows. Most shows don't bring people on there when they have different opinions. If you have a different opinion, I want to hear it. I mean, everybody's opinion matters. We are all fans. If you are watching this, we are all football fans, regardless of your football knowledge, regardless of how much
All
you
fans
actually get to
matter.
watch. All fans matter. AFM.
That's the main reason that I really decided to start a YouTube channel. Is that I used to sit there and I'd watch First Take and Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith and all the seems like every NFL analyst on ESPN is a former Jets player. Like they would say some things about my Miami Dolphins or things about football in general, and it would just rub me the wrong way, and I would just want to voice my opinion about it. And I said, hey, why not? Why not?
Why
So I
not?
started watching a couple podcasts. Like I said, Dudley Do Wrong, great, great podcast. Probably the leading Miami Dolphins podcaster on all of YouTube. And The Huddle, the AFC East Roundtable with TD Finns Talk. Great show. Great guy. I just started watching them, taking notes, and decided to give it a shot. And by no means am I a professional. You're going to see us mess up. You're going to. Because we're not
Especially
perfect.
me.
Well, it's not
My
just you.
man, my man. Yeah, but
We're
my dude over here, the host, Mr. Big C, is the biggest football fan that I know. He knows all the stats. Like I have to work hard just to come up with a little bit of information because unfortunately for the last few years I have been out of the football game. I haven't watched a lot of football, so I'm trying to catch up. I will get better. I promise. That is my goal, is to get really, really decent at this and be more fluid and flawless, a lot less going I want to have a really good show. And right now, my man Big C, you know so much, you carry the show, and I appreciate it, and hopefully I can bring as much to the show as you bring to the show now, and I hope we make something out of this. I really do.
just going to keep pushing. I'm
Exactly.
Like I said, I appreciate the compliments, but no, in no way I've had no schooling for this. That's why sometimes our thumbnails don't look at the greatest as some that you might see on the internet. But hey, we're on here, we're real. We want to talk, we want to give opinions, we want to hear opinions, and we want to have a good time, and we will get better. You'll gradually see the improvements that we've made and that we will continue to make to bring you the best product possible. And it's because we have a passion for it and because we care. And I mean, I think that's all you can really ask for. We're not fake. We're not out to get rich. We're out to have a good time and shoot the shit. And
bring you the best experience that we can.
we're not going to charge you $24.99 a month to be a member. And I've seen some crazy things out there. Oh, you want to come on the show and collab? $4.99 a month. What? I've seen this. I literally seen this. You want to collab? $4.99 a month. What? You can come on the show free, bro. And trust me, we gonna have viewers. We gonna plug away, and we're gonna make this thing the best it can possibly be, which is gonna be great. It's gonna be a great show. We just got we got a few things that we gotta learn and work out. Our photo editing, definitely. That's one thing that we plan on working on. We've worked on our backdrops. Even our backdrops are gonna progressively get better. I mean, I'm not done with mine. I know Mike's not done with his.
Yep. I just threw this up. This is what I had.
The way we speak. I know my sound quality is not the greatest. I got the best microphone in the business coming to me. Should be here tomorrow.
Ooh, boy.
Shure microphones. HHURE. The best in the biz. All the big podcasters in the world use those. So, like I said, we're gonna do our best to bring you the best. And we hope you appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. That's how you show us love and show us the appreciation for what we do and the time we take away from our families to do it. Because it's not easy. I mean, you don't just, we got anytime that we're doing something sports related, it's taking away time that we could be spending with our families.
Absolutely. And we got other jobs too, so.
But we want to spend this time with you guys and give you guys a platform as well as ourselves to voice our opinions.
It's definitely nice to vent frustrations for football on this rather than just sit here and be pissed by yourself. So,
Yeah, and if everybody has that dream of, well, if I was the general manager of my team, I'd do this. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear how you would fix it. Let's hear how you would improve your team. Let's hear what you would have called when it was 3rd and 14, down by 6 with 2 minutes left. Let's hear what you would have. Let's hear what you would have did.
Yeah, what do you think about that 3rd and 10 quick short pass that wasn't long enough for a first down? Because I know that shit pisses me off. So
sure does. But anyway, remember Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, we're here on the Blitz, 8 p.m. Eventually, I think we're hoping to maybe hit you with 5 days a week. But we're gonna wait till we get some viewers, hopefully, for that. If you got any advice for us, or maybe you're a graphic designer and you could help us in that aspect, we're interested and willing to. We have open ears, and we appreciate any feedback, any help, even if it's negative, even if you're like, you guys do this wrong, it really annoys me. Let me know so I can change.
absolutely. And, I know my picture clarity hasn't been the greatest lately. I am supposed to get different internet this Friday, so hopefully
Musk, shout out.
Give that Starlink what?
Starlink, what?
Yeah. Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Musk. As Donald says, the smartest man in the world. Great guy.
There's not very many.
Great guy, great friend, great guy. Wow.
I saw Elion. Is that your rocket in the air that I see right there?
It comes down and got grabbed on just like.
Do that, Elion. Can Russia do that, Elion? Can anybody else in the United States do that, Elion?
Other than Elion.
Elion, you are a genius.
So yeah, hopefully everybody went out and voted yesterday. I'm not going to say which way I would have voted. I'm going to keep my politics out of this podcast, but congratulations to Donald Trump for winning. I mean, that's how we do it in this democracy.
I'll tell you how he voted. He wanted Harris because he wanted free sex change.
I can't with you, dude. Yeah, I can tell you're a Trump supporter. Look at you. You're orange too. Yeah.
Sorry.
What up?
Everybody looks better with a can. Fucking Casper. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment, share, and we'll see you right back here Friday night at 8. Anything you'd like to say, Cuzzo?
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Blitz. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know how you feel. We love you. We will see you Friday for Pick'em Friday.
Peace.
Peace.